Hi, my name's Neil. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a 45-year-old skateboarder who has rediscovered skating after a 25-year break. I've been skating again now for about 6 years, and I've been documenting the whole thing on this YouTube channel. Now recently I've been going back over the previous year, 2023, looking back at footage month by month and just reflecting on any progress that I might be making. So this month is October. This is actually video 2 of October. If you didn't see video 1, go and check that out. But yep, this is video 2, so let's get into it. Okay, the first bit of footage that I got was a visit to XC skate park in Hemel Hempstead, which is just north of London, about an hour's drive for me. It's got a pool indoors, which is pretty rare, but actually a really welcome thing in this country. The weather is not great for most of the year. It's acceptable kind of summertime, but you know, October, we're kind of getting towards the end and finishing of summer. And so to have somewhere indoors that we can skate when we can't go to Crystal Palace is fantastic, really. I'd been here before quite a long time ago and not been back since because this place suffers from some kind of condensation problem on the concrete. So if the air is damp outside but it's kind of warm in there, condensation forms actually on the surface and makes it slippery and unskateable. It's been sealed with like a sealer, which you would normally do for an outdoor park. And for some reason, it just doesn't work here in this indoor park. So I'd kind of kept away because of the kind of slipperiness. It's also slippery because of the dust in there. They don't really clean it that much. So the dust and the condensation added together, it just, makes it not a very nice place to go. But I thought I'd give it another try because I hadn't been there since I first started skating again. And one thing when you're just beginning, you are very aware of things being slippery. You haven't quite built up the techniques to deal with your weight distribution and how your wheels interact with the surfaces. And so a lot of things feel more slippery than they really are just because of bad technique, really. So I thought I'd go back and visit just to try it out, you know, because I was having so much fun at Crystal Palace. I really do want somewhere to go in the winter months. So yeah, this was my first visit back there. It was all about trying to find a line in this pool. This pool is much smaller and tighter than the Crystal Palace one that I regularly skate, and you'll see that in video 1 if you saw that. It's almost harder to skate. It's not quite as high. I think it's about 8.5 feet high, maybe about 8 feet high. It's not as high as Crystal Palace, but it does have a tiny bit of vert, probably the blue tiles, just like Crystal Palace. It's just kind of tight. It's kidney shaped. The shallow end is very steep for how high it is. I think it's about 3.5 feet high in the shallow end, but it goes up to pretty much vert. It's really tight. It's probably what is a real pool shape. Most of the session is about kind of getting the feeling of the shape, working out a line, doing some grinds, and just seeing what I could get out of it. One thing I was trying the whole session was to get a 50-50 grind around the pocket of the shallow end, and that was taking me ages because how steep it is and how much speed I was coming at it. You got to carve quite wide, and it didn't seem to matter how much I tried. I just was not carving wide enough until the very end. So you'll see some repeated efforts there, and then some success at the very, very end. yeah, that was a really long battle. A lot of fun though, and it was good to go there and realize that I'd probably been staying away for far too long, because I felt quite all right in that pool. I didn't feel like it was slippery. I've obviously got used to other surfaces. I think what's more slippery is some of the wooden surfaces that I skate now that I don't even slip on. So I think those preconceptions of the first time I went were kind of unjustified really, and it was just a case of my lack of experience that meant that it felt like it was slippery. But now that I'm a bit more experienced, I seem to be riding it pretty well. So more visits will happen. Now, if you watch part 1 of this October video, you'll see that I was trying to improve my 50-50 grinds in Crystal Palace again. And so after going to this XC park, I went back to Crystal Palace the following week to kind of pick up where I was getting to with those and just practicing some more 50-50s in the deep end. Eventually I'll be doing that at the XC park as well, but because that was my first visit, I wasn't going to push things too much when I'm just trying to get used to it, especially with that feeling of it perhaps being slippery in the back of my mind. But back at Crystal Palace again, I felt like I could just pick up where I left off. So the only footage I got of this session was just some more of that deep end stuff. And so let's check that out now.
Oh, okay, got it. Too wide. Still the same.
That was a better line. You were later into the hole.
All right, so I think that's enough footage for part 2, and part 3 will be along very shortly. As ever, thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you're working on anything too. I'm sure there's going to be lots of people going to let me know that I'm not carving wide enough to go into that 50-50 grind in the shallow end of the XC pool. I'm very aware of that. It's just really hard to make myself do it, but flame me in the comments. Go on, go for it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you again very soon for part 3. Cheers.